Welcome to Men in Relationships, the podcast about evolving the emotional habits of men through inner transformation that will lead to positive external changes in your relationship. I believe there's a huge lack in support and vulnerability and discussion around these topics about men in relationships, and that's why I'm here talking to you today. So sit back, relax, and let's grow. Hey, what's up? It's Joel, and I welcome you back to the show. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank yourself for showing up and taking the time to reflect, listen, and hopefully implement some strategies and tools towards your life and your relationship, because man, sometimes it can be difficult going at things, especially going at things alone. And, I'm jumping on this episode today, not with an agenda, not with any direct action steps or strategies or step-by-step actions, but I'm just here letting you in with the realness, because it's Friday today. And, on the outside, it would look like a good week. The spring is here, the weather's changing, went golfing for the first time. I'm going golfing tomorrow for a buddy's birthday. We're going to friends tonight to watch the Oiler game because they're in the playoffs, and I haven't watched any hockey or sports in forever, so it's a very special treat for me. And on the outside, it's all gravy and looking good. But what we don't see of people's lives is the inner world and their inner world and what's going on. So on the outside, I had a great week. I could sit behind this microphone and say my life is perfect and say everything's amazing, but that's not the reality. There's difficult times, there's struggles, there's challenges, and this week was especially challenging for me. And that's really why I wanted to jump on today, was just let you in with the realness of what goes on in everybody's life. And I'm talking from a person and point of view where I'm trying to take on a lot of things. I have a very strong desire and drive to achieve, to fulfill, to pursue, for freedom, for purpose, for creation. I like creating. I like doing things. I want to see what's capable, what's possible. I just have this fire burning within me that doesn't seem to go away. So I need to learn how to manage that and navigate life with that, as I need to navigate life in a relationship. And chances are, if you're listening to this, you are somebody who's driven, who's hungry, who wants more. You don't want to just settle and get by and take the easy way and just have some cozy, easy life where you avoid everything and just coast and never achieve more and never do anything better and just fall into stagnation. And I don't want that. That is one of my biggest fears. And but when we don't sign up for that, when we sign up for more and we want to see what's capable, we want to see what's possible, it becomes very challenging. And many times I think our biggest strengths are also our biggest weaknesses. And my biggest strength is my drive and my ability to do what I say I'm going to do and follow through on my word and just take action, really. Like, that's a huge strength of mine. I go for things and I try all out. I go all out at them. And that comes with some side effects, because I can get carried away and I can get focused in on just that narrow mind, single tunnel vision of just, okay, these are all the things I need to get done. I step into that masculine energy, and it's very useful. It's very useful to get things done. It's very useful to take care of that checklist, to be productive. But what I know from experience and to my inner core, I just know to be true, is that we need to learn to mix in the feminine as well, the feminine energy of that bonding, that connection, that relationship. That's why I'm here. That's why I speak about this. And even me, the guy talking about relationships all the time, still gets carried away in this other thing. Here I am trying to create a business about relationships and and coaching and everything like that. And sometimes I don't take enough time for myself to slow down, to step into that feminine, and to really be present with my relationship. I know all the tools, I know all the strategies, I know it. But like I say all the time, knowing is not You don't gain wisdom from knowing, you gain wisdom from doing. And you don't create from knowing, you create from doing, and you create from being. And we need to become somebody new. We need to become that ideal partner. We need to become present in order to reap the rewards of that. We can't just simply know about it. And this week in particular, I found myself just knowing about it. And it really caused a lot of conflict that didn't get fully resolved, to be honest. Last week's episode, although I record these weeks in advance, but one of the last week's episodes was about navigating conflict. And I actively knew how to navigate conflict. I know what I need to do. I know the steps I need to take, but I couldn't authentically, I didn't want to just check them off and say the right things, because there's no meaning behind it if I'm just trying to say something to get out of it. So I really couldn't go there this week. I couldn't settle down. I couldn't slow down, and I couldn't tap into my feminine to self-reflect enough until obviously now and emerging from it. But yeah, that was a few days that I just did not allow myself to slow it down, to step into that feminine, to be present in my relationship. And I saw I saw what that causes. And another point which I want to talk about, which I think is so important, is when we try and go about this alone, it's so difficult. Or when I say alone, that just you and your partner, even, it's so difficult because so much gets in the way. Now there's not just my shit that I haven't resolved. And yes, it's true, I didn't step into the feminine, and I didn't slow down in my day-to-day life, and I didn't show up the way I should have in the relationship. But now when I'm bringing that to the table, and I'm interacting and coinciding with my partner, with Jess, now that's going to trigger all of her past traumas or her past experiences. And now we're definitely not navigating in this synchrony. There's not a good synergy between both of us. And it's just really rigid. And my stuff is triggering her stuff, and her stuff is triggering my stuff. And so on and so on and so on. And unfortunately, I believe this happens to many couples and many people, and it just never resolves, and it keeps growing and it keeps compounding. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful that I do know all these tools, that I do have support groups, that I do work on myself, that I do work on my relationship as well as Jess does, so we can break it off after a couple of days of experiencing this. And that's life. I'm just here to tell you that perfection doesn't exist. I am human. Every person out there is human. If you think somebody's perfect, if you look up to somebody and think, wow, they got nothing wrong with them, wow, they're perfect, that's a total load of crap. Everyone's working on their own stuff. And if they're not even seeing it or witnessing their own stuff, then they're completely unconscious to the deeper realm of being a human being and what life is. When they're not even aware of any of this stuff, or aware of what dynamics exist or don't exist, and they're just basically living but asleep in a sense, I guess. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on and share the truth, and share the reality of what a relationship and what a life is, and when we are ambitious, when we're ambitious men going after things, and we're in that masculine energy all the time. There's just no way you're going to be able to cultivate a successful relationship. And I experienced that this week. And if I don't step back, and if I don't learn how to step into that feminine and really coincide with my partner, that conflict is not going to get resolved. We're not going to navigate conflict. Refer back to the last episode. We're not getting back to that baseline. We're not getting back to zero. We're not getting back to the equal playing field where we can now build and move forward. We're just going to dig that hole deeper. And so many couples and so many relationships just keep digging that hole deeper, and it keeps becoming more miserable and more miserable. And that's definitely not what we want. And one of the best ways of getting out of that hole and getting to that baseline is taking care of our own individual self first. Our personal work, our personal development work, our spiritual work, getting ourselves whole. And that's really what I teach in my program. It's inner transformation in order to see external results. We really go deep with the with the coaching process and with the program to really work on yourself to get to that baseline yourself. Because if you can't even get to that baseline, there's no way you're going to be able to show up whole in a relationship to make a relationship work. We need to have the proper awareness of everything, of what's going on here, down to the root of what happened in the past, and actively changing our programming to show up in different ways to equip ourselves to be able to even navigate a relationship. And so that's the journey in essence that I take men on. And I just think it's so important to get help. We need to remove the stigma around getting help. And I think coaching and this individualized kind of specialized work does remove that stigma, because it's not, there's that, oh, you're going to therapy, but it's not therapy. We're just here to excel our life. We're here to create an epic life. I can't create an epic life on my own. I'm going to outsource people that I need to help me create that life. I want a lot in life, in our relationship, with goals, with our lifestyle, with everything. And I'm going to need mentors. I'm going to need coaches. I'm going to need to equip my knowledge bank. There's so many different things that I need to do that I can't just do on my own with my own mind of what I've learned in the past up until now. I need to keep expanding, keep growing, keep accumulating that knowledge, and outsource people who have done that and who are knowledgeable on that. And I'm just wrapping up a 12-week coaching program myself, which was a very in-depth, very extensive program. And just as this ends, I'm going to be starting another kind of group of 4 mastermind group with 4 other high achievers. And we're going to get together and really go deep in our lives, in our personal lives, and also what we're searching and seeking for in business, and kind of making sure we're aligned, making sure we're inspired by our vision, by what we're creating and what we're doing in our home life. So there's that. And then I also have a weekly men's group where we stay in contact with some old friends, and we just talk about our life, our problems, what we're going for in life, and we're talking about this, right? Like, that's right there, 3 different things that I'm actively doing right now, along with, of course, opening up to my partner and working on our dynamic within each other, and then my own personal work, right? So all those other things involve other people, outsourcing different ideas, creativity. I don't have all the answers. I need some help. But that help expedites our results drastically. That's why I'm doing it. I love results. And really, if you want results and you want to shake things up and you're seeking that change, especially in your relationship, if you're a driven guy, you want it all, you want more, but you just can't figure it all out, because we can never figure it out by ourselves. And that's really why I created my program and why I became a coach for men in relationships. So if that resonates with you at all, I would love to hear from you, and I'd love to connect with you. Just reach out to me at any time. My email is probably the best way, at just coaching@joelmahe.ca. Shoot me an email if any of my messages or any of these podcasts ever resonate. I'd love to go back and forth and see what you're up to and up against in your life. But other than that, honestly, I just wanted to jump on and say, hey, this is the reality of it, right? I don't have everything figured out. I seek help, and that help helps me get to that next level, helps me to keep moving, and I just firmly believe in it. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe in it, trust me. So I just wanted to share the raw truth with you all, and I hope you have an awesome week. We'll see you next week. Take care. Before I let you go, I just want to let you know what I've been up to behind the scenes. I've been busy building a program called the Emotional Evolution Process. And this program was built through inspiration and really just a passion for something that I believe in so strongly, and where there's just really a lack in the market for, and that is men in relationships, and to help men evolve their emotional habits. This is something that we need to work on, especially if we want a fulfilling, successful relationship, or if we need to repair one that might be in jeopardy right now. So, like I said, check me out on socials, send me a message on socials to connect, and if this sounds like a fit for you, I would love to hear from you. Other than that, have a great day.